Good morning. Rise and shine, y'all. Get your coffee, y'all. Take a sip, y'all. Welcome. Drop some diamonds, y'all. Hit that like, y'all. Welcome. I'm gonna let my music play till a few folks come on in here. So give me just a moment. Hey, Miss Guy. Welcome. Hey, Sammy D. You always the first one. Appreciate you. I ain't got nothing special to talk about. I'm gonna talk about my day, maybe a little bit about this movie everybody talking about. Come up the sky, y'all, few people. I see StreamYard is so different. I gotta get used to StreamYard again. At least I can see the colors that I got on. I can't see that. Hey, good morning, Mary B. These notifications are very. I get tired of this. I'll be glad when this is over. But that's because everybody tend to come on all at one time these days. Good morning, Miss Shanty. Whew, I think the circus are just too busy. Love your chats. Eating my breakfast now. Yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast after I get up here, Sandy D. I ain't gonna be on here long. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this because, like I said, the replay is always there if somebody want to visit the old girl. How was y'all Easter? Huh? I went to Rockland. Well, y'all don't know about that. I'm in California, 30 minutes away from my home, over my sister's house. I really didn't plan anything, but she had wanted us to come over there. And she cooked some smothered lamb chops, some baked rack of lamb. With the smothered ones had the gravy and rice. She had gravy and rice for that. Some barbecue baby back ribs. She cooked baked salmon for me, string beans, cupcakes, stuff like that. And everything she did for each one of what we really liked. Because there's only 5 of us, me and my husband, her son, her daughter, because everybody else, all the young folks did the only thing at the house. We usually have a big gathering, but since the Rona going on, we didn't even trip off of it like that. Yeah, I brought my little leftovers home, y'all. I did. I really did. So, how was y'all day before I get into this movie? And I don't got enough people here to drop this link, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, and I'll just be glad when this run is over. Because this is just crazy. It really is. So, Nori B, quiet Easter for you. It would have been if my sister hadn't called me. You know, I don't know. I just went because she wanted me to. Now, let me see if I can remember this again. Not that, just to be doing something. Because I'm going to make myself get used to it again. Oh, okay, like that. Until I really can memorize it. Okay. And then once I do that, let me see. Oh, okay, I see. Then I come right here. And I go there. Okay. This is getting easy. Y'all see, I'm getting excited because I remember. But anyway, let me get to this movie. Y'all, I know everybody named Mama watched that movie, and I heard all the reviews yesterday. And let me let her know. And everybody gave pretty good views. Yeah, let me see. I'm just typing something, y'all. So everybody get pretty confused, but all it did, y'all, was lead me to want to know more about the mother. Okay, that's all it did for me. That's what. And so I did Google her because I wanted to learn more about her. But however, I went over to Rick Reed's house yesterday, and he was playing some interviews that he did last year with Denise Clark, the one with the 9 boys. Yeah, because Jackie was the eldest, okay, and she was a McCullen. But I never knew that they had a brother named Leo. They never spoke of the brother in there, and I remember that music in the 70s because my uncle, when I moved to Las Vegas, I used to live with my uncle before I went to my auntie's house, and he was strict like that. Yes, me too, bless. And he was strict like that, but people seem to think that that was abuse, but I don't think it was abuse. I just think it was the sign of times. You know what the times were back then, because COGIC people were strict. Um, I grew up in a COGIC church, of course, with my family, and I wouldn't say that they were strict. They just had their religious views. But some people seeing it now as abuse. But if you look back on it, you're gonna think that it's abuse because of today's day when you can barely spank your kids. They came out in the late 80s about not spank your kids. That was during the time when your kids get online, you can spank their butt. Good morning, Keisha Bishop. That's just the way I see it. Now, some did go through the extremes, and I remember we couldn't wear red lipsticks. We couldn't wear pants or anything like that to church. You couldn't have all that makeup powder on your face like all the TV evangelists and the pastors, the lady pastors and stuff today. And they didn't want women to be pastors. Women was the mother of the church. I think they had some evangelists, but I don't think she was strict abuser. I just think she wanted the kids to make it. And she wasn't quite a Joe Jackson with the abuse because if she loved the girl, she would just own it and didn't know how to love him. And so when I read about her, she grew up in a strict family too. So that's probably all she knew. Mm-mm. So Denise said that Jackie never took on her father's name. And I guess that's why when she wanted to call the police, for him beating her up there, he pushed her down. Oh, wow. Let me answer this. He pushed her down. Now, right, if that had been a man of mine pushing me down, I would have turned around, started going upside his head, and I wouldn't want to be nowhere around him. He couldn't have been around me because he would have got seriously hurt. Not just me, but me and all my siblings, okay? Let me go ahead and write this person back. Okay, didn't know. Okay. So that's the way I see it. So what y'all say? Anybody got some views on it? And as I talk on it, somebody wants to grab my link and jump in and talk about it with me, they can. And y'all know the first child always usually turn out to be their mother's backbone. It's like that first child always grow up with their parent because like my son grew up with me. And he truly is my backbone, but he goes overboard. He think he's my father sometime. And see, Maddie's vision, she had that vision, but she may have been too strict, but she did have a vision. And the stepfather, they say, was abusive to Jackie. But I don't know, the movie, they only showed him being abusive at one time. Because you see, all the girls was in the house when they was upstairs being abusive to the mother, to Maddie. And she heard it, and she helped ran the house, ran upstairs. None of the other ladies did that. Good morning, Keisha Bishop. None of the other ones did it. My grandparents reared their kids apostolic. Okay, all right. Sammy, so was it also strict? Because I don't know nothing about that. You said apostolic. Oh, okay. I didn't read that right. Okay. Okay, so Twinkie was her backbone too. Now I kind of felt sorry for Twinkie because it did look like all she used to do had to go play the organ. Okay, and I think Jackie was her favorite, and Jackie was second in command, as far as I'm concerned, after Maddie. Okay, but and Dorinda, they paid her as being kind of mean spirited and bossy to the girls. See, I got a total different view. Good morning, Sookie. I don't see it like that. Good morning, Sky Diamonds. Please tap the like. Hey, good morning, Lady Nika. I was just saying, okay, girl, how you doing? I was at my sister's yesterday, and while we was all watching movies, I was multitasking. I was trying to be with you, watch the movie. Then after that, stuff my face and get ready to ride home. But I see your day was okay too, because you looked beautiful yesterday. You really did. I wrote it in the chat, but I don't know if you saw it or not. But anyway, they portrayed Denise as a whole whore. Yes, they did. And I didn't know she had 7 kids, because in the movie, when she said she's quitting, she is on her third pregnancy. Her sister said, "You on your third baby out of wedlock." Now I'm seeing, according to Larry Reed, from watching him in the interview with her, that she was married. And then, not only that, she also said she had a baby by the bishop in the church. Did y'all know that? And back then, you would have never thought, that's for 41 years, you would have never thought that the pastors and the bishops and stuff were doing all that like they're doing today, sleeping with every woman in the church. They really kept that down low back there. They really kept it down low. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It was just, oh, thank you, bless. I'm getting better. Thank you for coming to my life. Oh, yeah, girl. I don't care where I was. You know, they was watching movies. I went into that one movie I was watching. I said, I said, "What you doing?" I said, "I had to spring to it with the blue mean. That's a moderator. I'm a senior moderator. Y'all watch the movie." So it was fun. It was fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Denise said that when her sister Twinkie got sick, she wanted to go see her at the hospital, but they wouldn't let her. But now Dorinda said on a whole broadcast on TVN that her sister was fine, that she wasn't sick. So you don't know what to believe. You just really don't know what to believe about that family. I never knew none of their children like that. Never, ever, 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 ever. 7 boys. And then who was that this morning? I think it was they was playing the actual video of the funeral, but Denise went up there. It wasn't like what it was in the movie. So I understand that it's a movie and they're not gonna do it exact real life like it was, but she said she never signed no contract for no movie. And that's why her son came out. He's out there speaking too. But now the funny thing about the son is the son makes music too. And he was counseled trained by Twinkie as well. I never knew that. One of the sons, but he hadn't seen his mother in over 20-something years. Y'all got to look at that Larry Reed interview. It's 3 days, but I couldn't watch the whole thing because one of them was an hour and a half, the other was 3.5 hours. I kind of just went through it and picked out little bits and pieces here, there, everywhere, but everybody gave their own opinion and gave their own review on it. So like I said, I'm not seeing it as abuse. I'm seeing it at a time when you can spank your kid's butt. Okay. And COGIC churches were strict, very strict. But now my family wasn't strict like that though. I know my uncle wasn't gonna let us wear no pants in church and no red lipstick, and my dad wasn't going for it either. And back then the deacon board was even different. You know, they was considered almost like ministers. They were different too. Nowadays you got deaconess. And so they didn't have women as deacons, but that's another sign of times. You know, that's why I say, good morning, Lady Dimples. That's another sign of times. So I just wanted to come on here and just say a little something about it. So I was reading about Maddie. Let me see if I can pull her back up, because I was really, really interested in that. So that's all that left me doing, wanting to know more about that mother, because I never knew too much about the mother. Never, ever, ever. Yep. So I kind of wish that times hadn't changed for it. The kids getting disrespectful and you can't spank them no more. And like I said the other day, in the 80s is when all that the crack generation came, and I think that's when all the disrespect started. And churches wasn't the same no more. They're definitely not the same no more. And I still belong to a COGIC church, but I'm not religious. And a lot of them in there is not religious like that no more. They come to church with their makeup on, their earrings, their hair, the fancy clothes, the whole 9 yards. Good morning, just because. Y'all, I was just so excited the other day that I remembered how to do my string yard. I wish somebody felt like getting on there with me. Lady Mika, I know you don't feel good. I did get a chance to watch your review though, so you gave a good reviews. Billy Boy gave a good review. Larry Reed gave a good review. Who else did I watch? Couple people, you know, I watched, and everybody got their own opinion. Kids nowadays have lost all respect, and they are exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think they should have left the butt whoopings in place, but not the beating to, you know, not to the point where it gets so abusive. Y'all get what I'm saying? Wow. Let's see. What happened to Clark Elder? Wow, it said new lifetime. The Clark sister first ladies of God period 11 last signed the bright, but then I want to see what happened to it. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, my opinion is so different. I don't see it as being abusive. I see it just being very strict. And I'm saying it because I was brought up in a COGIC church. And you might have had a few nuts that went overboard. Because I had this one friend. Now, we was able to start wearing pants to school when I hit like the 8th grade, okay? But you still at the time couldn't wear them to church. And then even when that happened, their parents were so strict, they still had to wear dresses to school all the way to senior, all the way to graduation. And this one friend of mine, I didn't see when I moved away to Las Vegas, I didn't see her no more for years until I was in my late 20s. And when I visited my hometown, she had on some jeans and I couldn't believe it. I said, Diane, I said, oh, you look good in them jeans. You know what I mean? For the stuff coming out of my mouth like that. But I had never ever saw from kindergarten up as we grew up in the neighborhood going to school, her in pants. So I guess I imagine when everybody got grown, they was able to do everything on their own. So anyway, y'all, that's my quick review. You know, I just really want to speak on the mother and tell y'all what I think of Denise. I don't know if to believe everything she was even telling Larry Reed, because it seems like she's very, very angry. She's harboring so much hurt in the inside. And all I can do is pray for them to get back together one day. You didn't like the jeans either, just because at first you didn't like the jeans. So did you grow up having to wear skirts and dresses? Because I loved it when we was able to start wearing jeans. And like I said, that brother just came out to nowhere. And when they showed a picture of the brother, that brother looked like Earl Jones. Y'all know Earl Jones, the actor? I said, that's their brother? I said, no, that could be him. I didn't go to COGIC, but a lot of my friends did, and they was definitely, yes, they were strict. Yes, they were. Y'all, I got caught taking a can of beer in the house. I must have been about 17 years old. And my daddy worked shift work, you know, day, 1 week, swing 1 week, great 1 week. I made a mistake one time. I had a can of beer and I sat on the table and I laid down. Must have been a little tipsy because me and my friend would sneak and go get some Thunderbird or something. Anyway, I went home, I set the beer down. He woke up and everybody in the house said he had a can of demon sitting on his table. And he just knew it was me. He just knew it was me because I wasn't really wild, but he know I was sneaking, you know, and drinking something like that because one of my other sisters had told on me. Yeah, he said I brought a can of demons in his house. Then I had this album called Rudy Ray Moore. You know, he was working in Red Sanford. Told me I had to get that out the house. I was trying to hide it, but all of them listening to that. But sometimes we would hide stuff and get caught. But for the most part, he wasn't really strict. We went to our senior proms and stuff like that. I went out every other weekend and stuff like that. It wasn't strict like this lady. But yeah, I had to get them can of demons out there. I had to listen to it. I don't know, for almost a month about them demons coming in his house, that whole can of demons. Yes, I did. So anyway, that's a fun memory. But anyway, today is Monday, and I'm not gonna do no running around again, y'all, because I was just out yesterday at my sister's house. But y'all, I'm getting so bored to the point I don't really even want to do it live. Good morning, Alfreda Gross. Yeah, anybody want to come on here and help me keep testing my thing? Cause I'm excited that I know how to do it, y'all. Well, I always did. I just forgot. But my rotary, my rotary, when the weather was messing it up, was messing me up. And now I can't stop doing it. Anybody, just in case anybody want to come on here and holler at old bless this morning, they can. Come on here. Yeah, they can if they want to. Anybody want to come talk to me? I would try with you later today. Okay. Oh, you gonna come back on, or you want me to come back on? Can Bless get a few more likes? Yeah, y'all, a few more likes. Ain't that many, y'all, but that's cool though. Because like I say, everybody and their mama see what it is. Because Tracy even said on her live, she's not getting all her notifications either, though. She had way more people there, but it's because everybody home for work and everybody and their mama. Who is it? Ah, Lady Nigga, that's you. And Sir King on here too. Hey, Lady Nigga. You want to talk to Sir King? I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
right on there. Huh?
I was trying to make sure you could hear me because, child, I ain't on my right device. So I was trying to make sure you guys can hear me. But you know what I learned out of that movie?
Uh-huh.
Man, I knew culture was strict, but Miss Bless, I had no idea they was that strict. Now, when I was growing up, I wasn't culture, child. They quickly let me know I wasn't good for that denomination. But what did happen was a lot of my friends, their parents didn't want to hanging with me and my sister and them because we were allowed to wear jeans, pants and shorts and whatnot. And baby, they was not feeling it. When I tell you they used to tell their kids that we was what they say is sinners and we was Jezebels and I mean just the simplest things was not allowed in their household. And that was just like, wow, I could not believe it. So seeing that movie, it took me back to that time period growing up where I could hear my friends whose parents used to didn't want them around us because we weren't of the COGIC faith. And being Baptist, they never told us we couldn't wear our dresses and whatnot. I mean, our pants and whatnot. When the girls got old enough, we could wear our makeup. I mean, long as it ain't heavy like no horror or nothing, but we could wear our makeup. We could do a lot of stuff that they absolutely couldn't do. I remember one time one of my friends who was Kojic snuck over to my house, Miss Bliss,
Uh-huh.
and that was back when we first had got BET and stuff. And they used to play all them videos. So, girl, we in the living room, just a group of us just in there listening to Donnie Simpson play all them good videos.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, her
Wow.
mama came over there, stepped on that porch, seen us in the living room dancing and singing. Baby, she walked slapping that house. I said, I'm glad my auntie wasn't there because see, my auntie like me, you walk inside without ringing that doorbell, you didn't violate it. She snatched that girl up by her head and
Yeah.
whipped her out that house. And do you know we couldn't talk to her no more?
Oh,
She
really?
literally not, she was so scared. Even at school, she would be, boy, stop. Even if I'm sorry, Colton bad,
Yes,
but
all right.
even in school, like the other ones, they would speak to us at school, but we knew we couldn't hang with them, right? Because they were
Right.
of Celtic faith. But
Right.
that girl, after that incident at our house that Saturday, that
Mm-hmm.
girl mama drug her out the house. She wouldn't even speak to us at school. We would be speaking to her, and she would walk by us like she didn't know us. That's just how ingrained in her brain that religion was. I just never understood it.
Well,
I
like I said, my father wasn't that strict. Everybody, see, by looking at this movie, everybody think and they hear things that all culture churches were that strict, but there was some because the pastor's daughter, her name was Beverly, she was pregnant, but her father made her keep coming to church. That was her father. Our pastor was her father. So he was strict about the way people dress in his church, but his daughter just got caught up. That's all. And then I had my son early too. My father wasn't strict like that either. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was abuse, and all churches weren't strict. But let me ask you this again: you want King Sir to come on because I don't want to ambush. What's his name,
Oh,
sir?
I don't care. He can come on too.
Okay, all right then. But my father wasn't strict like that though. I don't know because okay, that's the wrong one. I'm trying to get the 3x3 again, like I did yesterday. Y'all give me a moment. Let me see. Oh, maybe it's this one. There you go. But yeah, he wasn't as strict, but you wasn't allowed to hang with the pregnant girls. So when her name was Beverly, so when she got pregnant, she hid it for a long time. We all used to notice that she would come in with her coat in front of her and sit way in the back. But then after a while, she couldn't hide it. And then from then on, she was like the black sheep of the family. You and then all of his kids turned out wrong though, because I found out just 5 years ago. I went to visit a church out here, and that church, my hometown, Pittsburgh, was visiting up here in Sacramento, and then the son, he had been out there on drugs real bad. One of the daughters passed, but his two of them still living, and the son, but he's clean now. And I take that because of the strict way that they were brought up in the church. So they did things too, so he couldn't run around here and turn his nose up at everybody's pregnant because his own daughter was pregnant. But Like I say, it wasn't as strict as Maddie though. There's a strictness, but not as strict. Cause we didn't dare go in his church with makeup and lipstick, and the mother set up from it. They white dresses and stuff on. They didn't have makeup and stuff like everybody do these days. It's just a difference. So I think that's why everybody think COGIC is mean because some of the churches did go crazy. What you got to say, King Sir? I see you done jumped on here again. Wolverine.
Hello, thank you. Welcome me back.
Okay.
I just want to say I agree with your statement about the kids being needing more discipline.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, was you brought up strict in the church? You know about children? You on this subject that we on?
Well, I was brought up not in the COGIC church, but in the Catholic church.
Oh, but then wasn't they strict? Was it?
Well, I mean the nuns were, but not.
Oh, let me tell you about them nuns though. The way we used to have to walk to school, we'd always pass by the Catholic school, and the Catholic kids be walking to school the opposite way. And do you know what I learned about them ladies? What you call the ones that never have sex? You know, never get married or nuns. You just said it, nuns. Well, they were all going with each other. Am I right or wrong, Sir King?
I don't know.
But people in this chat right here, didn't y'all start hearing rumors about the nuns as well as the priests and everybody molesting the boys? Now, I'm not trying to rain down on your religion. Don't take me wrong.
No, I
I'm
take
just
the.
saying how I heard way worse stuff than the Catholic at the Catholic Church. Yes, that's right, Lady Dimples. I hate her way more stuff than the Catholic Church because, like I say, the Kojic Church just was very strict in raising their kids. Some of them stayed on that path, like the Ren and them did. They all got ministries and stuff. Some of them fell off and got out there in the world and started doing all the carnal stuff. Like that. But the Catholics, even right now to this day, that's the only thing. Now I could be wrong because I'm up here saying all the Kojic churches wouldn't say I could be wrong, but they were all sneaking and doing all other kind of stuff. I heard they munched. Yeah, just because that's what I'm saying. So, not raining on your church, like I said, but because I don't knock nobody religion, I really don't. But that's what I heard. So to me, that was worse. It really was. Now the Baptist church wasn't as strict. I remember I went down the street and them ladies used to be dressed. Now they always did wear their makeup and their big hats and everything like that. We couldn't do it like that, but that was okay. And I just thank God to this day my father wasn't strict like them people were, but my uncle was. In Las Vegas, my uncle, he was strict in his church. Very strict. To where some of his daughters didn't turn out right. Because when they got out there in the world, they didn't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? You can't raise no daughter, son or whatever, because sometimes the sons don't know how to act. But these daughters, who was that Twinkie did? She fell in love with the first man that paid her some attention. She ain't know nothing. Good morning, Apocalypse.
Stayed up on the Maddie Mouse all the time. She didn't have no idea. That happens in a lot of them churches that have these really strict codes and whatnot. Now they dibble and dabble in all religions, but you find that it's a lot of stuff that go on in these churches with these restrictions, like the Catholic Church and the Catholic Church. It be more molestation, uh, parishioners sleeping with the pastors and the nuns, more
Right.
abortions and all of that. Because real talk, if they would have told that Clark sister story like it really was supposed to, they'd had more time, baby. It would have dug into, if they were being honest, it would have dug into the fact that a couple of them sisters that had multiple abortions.
Right.
It would have dug into the fact that Maddie Mouse's second husband allegedly was molesting some of the girls, some of those his daughters. I mean, it went deep. That story went really deep. I don't know
That,
if y'all went to move. Hold on.
that's what Denise was saying in the interview with Larry Reed. She was saying she has an abortion, but she don't know how many abortions her sister had. So right there was telling us that they had abortions too. But now when I was coming up in the Kojic church, we didn't believe in abortion, so I was really shocked to even hear that they were having abortions. But that's what she
Well, they'll
said.
have an abortion before they have to go stand before their congregation and have their parents shamed and maybe kicked out of there. Yeah, they'll sneak and get them girls abortions and stuff. Sometimes the girls snuck off and did it on their own.
Wow, because
I know I went to school with him.
wow, because Denise said I had all of mine. I don't know how many abortions my sister had. My sisters had. That's what she said. Now, and then when Maddie went before the council, y'all, they really do that in the churches back then. And you see, she chose the church over not going out there with her daughters. Now, her mind had to be really brainwashed. Now, that's one thing I didn't agree with that at all. I would have just okay. I wouldn't be worried about no title, no church, and I would have stayed with my daughters.
That's what I
Okay,
would have did. But
but you
again, that goes to show you how brainwashed that you become trying to live under the rules of the church. That she was willing to put her being there supporting her daughters the way she wanted to aside simply to appease the church. I would have never did that. Baby, they could have did whatever they wanted to do to me. It'd have been over with. Cause supporting them eggs come before living up to what y'all trying to make us live up to in this church. And to me, that's hypocrisy at its finest because you telling me I'm supposed to live this way and do things this way. But if we go into the background of your life, we gonna find a lot of things that's out of order there. So
exactly,
I didn't get
exactly,
it, but I guess she wanted to be, she was really into her church, If that's how you grow up and you having that ingrained in your brain every single day, imagine that becomes a part of your life. Look at how she was
exactly.
when she slammed that door on her daughter because she had them pants on. Even though it worked. She said, Mama, we wear this at work. Her mama didn't care. She had to go sit in that car in the snow and change into a skirt just to be permitted to come inside her mom's house.
Well, that was too strict. Like I said, we didn't grow up like that. That strict. Like that. Cause like I said, we started wearing pants when the school started allowing it, but you still couldn't do it in the church yet. And when Maddie went to that board, see, you still got title seekers right now to this day. You got people that get saved after years, so they swap God. God told me that I'm a minister. God told me that the title seekers. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing holy, God ordained about none of them titles that they have. But I was wondering when she was in that meeting, well, after I heard Rick Reed saying, not Larry Reed saying he was saying, I was wondering was one of them bishops the one that got the daughter pregnant because she had a baby by the bishop. And when her sister, when she came in that night, sat at the table with her sister, and she was asking where she's been and did she got a boyfriend, how many she had. She probably just came home from being with him. You're right, Lady Deacon. Them people were doing some stuff, and now they're just more out with it these days. Some of them are just out with it, but I guess that Sir King didn't want to talk to us. See, we're not talking about no mess right now, so he got on.
Yeah,
Come
we
back
did
and
not
get messy, Sir King. You're welcome. But yeah, so I was like, no, it wasn't really cold. But then, Lady Dimples, I'm looking at you. You say you was growing up a pastel. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but they were kind of like COGIC too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're COGIC. I was going to COGIC, Church of God in Christ.
I grew up apostolic and we are stricter than COGIC. My Lord, girl, bless your heart, Miss Dimple. Bless your heart. I just don't think God requires that of me. He don't.
No, no,
Now,
no.
I know it's certain things I have to do to walk right, but I'm human at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And
We're
some of these
all
churches they
human.
feel like they want you to be Christ himself, not Christ like. And that's
Right.
where the issue comes in.
And that's why when her daughter said she didn't know the difference when she is saying, I said, look at please God, not her. She said she don't know the difference in pleasing God because she had been all her life pleasing her mother. But like I say, her mother was brought her strict like that too, from what I read. So she didn't know no better. It's a big deal. You have to keep that title if you had that title. Keep talking, lady. You can get a tissue. I'm getting hot.
Okay, yeah, they do. Like I said, I feel like they focus a little bit too much on trying to be exactly like Christ and not remembering that we are human. We are supposed to be Christ like, not Christ himself. We are gonna make mistakes. God knew all of that when He created us, how we were gonna walk, and He set forth guidelines in no matter what religion you are. He set forth guidelines for you to follow. He gave you a blueprint of life. He ain't said you gotta follow it to his exact T, because if he was gonna follow it to his exact T, then there would be no room for redemption.
Exactly. Exactly. And now my niece, one of my nieces that's a minister, she didn't want a title. Our pastor insisted, you know, that she go through the ceremony. And like she said, she just didn't want a title because she already knew in her spirit, what God had elevated her to, what gifts she had. But no, he wanted her to get ordained. She's ordained. But when it was time for her to leave the church, because we was getting ready to do the outside, that's when my sister was starting the outside ministry and he didn't want her to go. He said something about, well, you waited until you got ordained. And she told him, I didn't want to be ordained. I didn't need a title. God knew my title and I knew my title. He really didn't like that at all. So some of these pastors think, try to say stuff to make you feel good. Like they look over there and tell me, okay, I was president of the Usher board. So he tell me one day, you're gonna be president of the whole district. That was to try to make me feel good, as if I really wanted to do it. I just said, yeah, God's showing me you're gonna be president of the whole district. But that didn't excite me. But now it would have excited somebody else, the title seekers that wanted to be there, because God didn't tell me like nothing like that. None of that was in my spirit.
Right.
So you do still have some right there to try to hold you there, to try to keep all their pews there, especially to get titles. They're going to tell them, and this one friend of mine still at that church, because they made her. Well, I went back to visit when I left that church, when we started doing the outside ministry, where we go serve the homeless and stuff. I went back there. Now she's deaconess, so I know. So I don't trip off a title. I don't care about a title. I'm not religious. And my sister and her daughter on holidays, we'll have a glass of wine. When back then you couldn't have a glass of wine, but they're not religious. You know what I'm saying? They spiritual. And they some prayer warriors, don't get me wrong, but they're not strict like that. Okay? Like we have a gathering, we'll have some wine over there, somebody choose to have a glass. And I'll take me a little sip though. I'll be drunk because I've been drinking it a while. But they not my family, not religious, but back in the day, I think my daddy was more, and then my uncle was more than my father. And that's the way it was. So, but he didn't like them demons in the house, though. He didn't like that bear in his house. I had a whole can of demons in there. He didn't like that Rudy Ray Moore album they found hidden in there. Y'all know who Rudy Ray Moore was, right? Y'all ever heard of Rudy Ray Moore? Have you, Lady Nika?
I haven't.
Well, he was a comedian, but he was a very, very X-rated comedian. He was worse than Richard Pryor, I'm assuming. Back then, we used to sneak and listen to stuff like that. Because, we was in a strict home, but, we go sneak and we go to our friend's house and play the album and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You still sneak and do stuff. But like I say, I got to keep reiterating, he wasn't that like that, though, like the way Maddie was. No, that's the case. I wouldn't do nothing. Yeah, he wasn't strict like that. So anyway, it was a good movie, but like I say, it leaves an imagination. And when I get time, I think I'll watch that fourth part of Larry Reed, but it was just so long and he take a long time to get to what he was saying. But anyway, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I wish they would have had a 2 or 3 part also, but
That's what I felt like. I said, now, in my opinion, because that story is so extensive, I felt like they should have given it maybe a 2 or 3 night run or something, because Matt and Mouse Clark alone is a story in itself. How she
right,
got to where she was,
right.
her accomplishments, and her defeats in life. That alone would have been one. That would have been one showing itself. Then kind of transition into the girls and they're growing up and go deeper into what their lives were really like growing up, and the transition from being just COGIC girls in the choir to being, what they call the first ladies of gospel now. So
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gotten more information on her, but I've been watching her son's Facebook Live that he been breaking down a little bit about what happened and what parts were true and what parts were not true in the documentary or the movie, whatever that you want to call that thing. But it's good.
But that's Larry Clark. That's his name. He's the one that hasn't seen his mother Denise in years. That's the one. That's the one that was doing the interview I was speaking of. That was on. I think it was. Forgot who page that was. Just looking at this morning. But he's the one. He worked with Twinkie, and he said that out of all his aunties, other family, he said even cousins, nobody has spoke on or promoted his music, helping promote his album. But evidently he got some kind of album out or something. I never heard him. I had to check on it. And who was I just? Yeah, just because Dolomite. Yeah, so you know about Dolomite. I'm looking at the chat. Good morning, boss lady, New Jersey. Good morning, Treasure. Yeah, so y'all do know about the Dolomite, huh? Yeah, he was something back in the day, y'all. Ooh, Lord, he was something. But anyway, that was fun days though. But like I said, um, I just kind of think that being strict. Okay, so if that's the case, okay, everybody know that black people used to whip their children with switches and stitcher cords and stuff like that, and then they stopped it when some of them, got to acting crazy and really got to beating, and breaking skin and drawing blood for real. Now, do y'all consider that as being strict? You know what I'm saying? But it kept the kids in line back then, but that hurt it. I'm quite sure all of us in my generation got to whip it. Oh, go get that switch off that tree. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even calling that strict or abuse, but nowadays they call that abuse. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I called it, and I got punished because I was bad as hell with a mouse. And I thank my mama, my grandmother, my grandfather, and all the elders that was in the community, because back then it did take a village, and the village didn't mind doing it. So
That's
I
right.
appreciate those, tail whoopings that I got and whatnot, because it shaped me into the individual that I am today. And it also, trust and believe, back then when you got them kind of whoopings, child, it reminded you of what not to do so that you did not do that no more. Children had more respect. Now, again, there's a difference between abuse and discipline. Back then, there were parents who would get kept. My grandma was so cold, she'll make me go get the switch. She gonna whoop my butt with.
That's what I'm saying. Go get that switch out there in that tree. So I'm not looking at it as abuse. And somebody, Miss Tony, said she had the stitcher cord. Yeah, that's what they did back then. But nowadays they saying that that's abuse. Well, some of these kids need to be abused, as far as I'm concerned, because ain't none of them got no respect if that's the case. And I don't look at it as my parents abused me either. They shaped me, put me into shape, like you said. You didn't get it. It ain't like you got one every day, all day, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. These kids are something that tell you the minute to call the police. I mean,
When,
it's totally out of order.
when the government began to police us as parents and tell us what we can and can't do with our own children, that's when we begin to have the generation that I call generation is the generation of no respect. It was a shift somewhere along around about 95, really, to be honest with you.
I thought
The
it started in
generation
the
we
80s with the
dealing with
crack
now.
generation. I really
But
thought it started in the 80s, when the crack came and they didn't know the potency of this stuff and how it was going to break up families, because it got to the point even the grandmothers wasn't grandmothers no more. I always thought that because there's on crack with their daughter, then in turn their grandchildren. But then in most cases nowadays, the grandchildren is the ones starting to straight up and move away from that stuff to where the grandmother and the mother. So I thought it started during that time in the 80s, and
it
because
might
that,
have been Miss Bless, but then you gotta remember in the 80s, I still was a teenager.
oh, you was a teenager. Okay,
So
I was a young woman. Yeah, I was a young woman
I,
then.
I was just becoming a teenager in the 80s. As a matter of fact, I got married in 89. Okay, I
Okay.
was 17.
Well,
So
good. Well,
uh
good. You were still young because that's around the time, the late 80s is when that crack stuff started coming around to me. That's when it started breaking up families in the 80s, the late 80s. And then in the 90s, it just got terrible. That's when they start saying you can't spank your children. And they tell
right.
you in a minute, they calling the police. I wish one of my would have told me that I spanked their butt and drug them on the porch and set my butt down and waited for the police because they won't have no disrespect like that. You just, girl, you can't even walk down the street by some of these kids these days. You remember we used to walk down the street and we couldn't walk in the neighborhood. If one of the neighbor heard you cussing and stuff,
Mhm.
they probably get spanked on you, singing. But nowadays you can't let people spank on your kids like you used to back in the day. These people crazy. You cannot let these people chastise your kids like the community used to do back in the day when I was coming up. You can't
Nah,
do
for
that no more.
real, it's a messed up society now.
Right.
And
So it's
then you knew your neighbors, and children did have respect. I watch the kids nowadays walk right past me. Young people just cussing like a sailor. I remember a time if I'd walk past an elder person and I was cussing and ran like that, baby. Not only would I get scolded by the elder that I'm disrespecting, they take you to your parent, tell your parent what happened, and you'll get some more.
exactly, exactly. And apocalypse, you said crack came out in the early 80s. Well, maybe it did because in the late 70s, early 80s, I was still a young woman, but I hadn't really heard about it fully until it really, really started taking a toll. And that's why I'm saying late 80s, middle 80s, or something like that. because somebody told me that crack was around in the 70s, but people with money used it and they had pure stuff then. The stuff that came out in the 80s, they was having cut up with all the kind of chemicals and stuff. So I'm assuming
Mhm.
that's what really made people really go crazy, look at cuckoo. And because they say they didn't even have to go through withdrawals with the real stuff, but they used to do it back then in the 70s. Nowadays, when they try to get off of it, it ain't real like it used to be. It ain't nothing real like it used to be, because back then I smoked weed and I smoked Columbia Gold. I don't know what these people smoke these days, because with natural, they got all kind of weed you can go buy from the dispensary, and this do that. That means it got chemicals on it or something. So I probably wouldn't smoke it these days if I did smoke. But yeah, I just smoked. Girl, yeah, I just to get me a little matchbox, cost $5. The lid was $10, and it was good. Tie stick and all that was good back then. But I wouldn't touch it these days if I was still a smoker. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of right now because you
yeah,
got for one thing, I just don't think your see back then when we were growing up in Blair, you knew mama, you knew grandmama, you knew granddaddy. Nowadays, mama, the child is 17, the mama is 32, and the grandma is 51. That's
exactly,
close. You see what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's
They
what boss lady
partying with
just.
each other and stuff like that. I never partied with my parents.
That's what Boss Lady Jersey just said. Now, grandmother now 28 to 30 years old. I can believe that, because these kids be having babies at 12. I'm telling you. Oh, they be so fast, they don't have no authority. They get out there, and that is the truth. Popular said in the 70s they called it free. They sure did call it free basing. Yes, they did. They had that thing, and I think they used to blow it with a torch. What I know that from looking Superfly and all those movies back then. They came, reruns and stuff. But that is true though. These kids be having babies, 12 and 13.
Hmm.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Times have just changed, and it changed for the worse. But I hope it get better. Cause like I said, it looked like. And the only other thing changed, like I was saying, when I was in school, I didn't really know that the gay community was around back then. We had one or two gay friends, see one or two in the school, and it wasn't a big deal. Nowadays, they don't have to hide no more, which is good, because people should be able to live their life the way they want to live it. Leonard's brother, when I was gay, and he wasn't happy with his life all his life. And now he in his 60s, what I'm saying? And he just now coming out because they teased him about it. You know what I'm saying? So that drove him to drugs and all kind of stuff, because he was just wasn't happy with himself. And which brings me to, I didn't know Cynthia Bailey's daughter is part of the LBGT. I was watching that last night too. I don't know how I ran across. She got a cute little girlfriend. So everybody is coming out now, and Cynthia is very accepting with it, like you're supposed to be, because you're supposed to love your child for your child. You don't have to, not worried about your kids' personal life or what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad people coming out now, because, like I said, I had one friend and we never knew why he never took gym. Never knew why until I became adult. He was born with two sexes, and back then they didn't tell you to pick one, and they was gonna make him this one or that one, and that was his disability back there. I didn't know that. Now, so is it anything else, Lady Nika? I think we can talk about it. I don't know nothing about nothing messy that went on at all, because I was so busy watching everybody's preview of this movie yesterday. Then I was at dinner yesterday at my sister's, so I didn't really get a chance to watch a lot. I don't know what's going on. Probably the same thing,
I'm so behind on what's happening in this sector. It just seemed like I started finding content that was better than this. Now,
exactly
don't get me wrong, I will dip up in some myths in a heartbeat and talk about it. I ain't gonna be involved, but I will talk about it. But I just found other things that was more interesting than this. Because to be honest with you, yeah, we get our kicks off of this. All of us got a little mess
right,
in us. But at some point, you get tired and you want to feed your spirit something different. And when
exactly,
I came back, I said, I'm not talking about all of that right now. Now, if something
exactly.
happens, then I'm all here for a key with it. But
Yeah, I
it's
like
just
the
a lot
Kiki
more
too.
going on in the world. And I feel like we already fighting in our everyday lives right now.
Yes,
People
we are.
unemployed. People can't go no doggone well, been stuck up in their house. People can't, supplies is running low for folks. The government giving you a little tap on your back, but that ain't really gonna help you in the long run.
No, it's
So
not.
I feel like with all of that going on in the world, how do I want to use my platform? I chose to use my platform to educate and entertain only. That's all I'm doing. Now, if
Exactly.
I have to get in some mess or mention some mess, I do it. but I am really working on content beyond that, just to bring some calm to the people sometimes. If you already got turmoil in your life, worried about what your next move's gonna be, the last thing you need is to cut on YouTube and have to listen to all of this unnecessary foolery all the time. That just gets on your nerves. So that's what I've been doing. But I'm gonna check out some videos later on today and see what's
Thank
been
you.
going on
Let
in
me
the
tell her
street.
thank you.
But I
Thank you
really
just
don't
because.
care.
I'll see you later. Okay. I'll just tell her thank you just because she said she got to go. I told her see you later. Good morning, T Kind. But Lady Nika, you're right. Because I have been telling you that I'll be getting bored. And sometimes I wake up in the morning, I don't be want to talk. I don't want to just no mess. And then sometimes some mess might pull you in. Like right now, I'm glad that we're me and you talking about everything but the mess. Because like I said, I really didn't look at none of yesterday morning. I didn't do a video, but I came on here for 2 minutes just to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Real quick, 2 minutes before I left to go out the door. That was it. And I have been searching other content too. That's why I'm trying to get my stream yard together. You know what I'm saying? So when I start talking about something, I can put that down. People can come in and talk to me like I wanted Apocalypse to come on the other day because he had an interesting story. I didn't know a lot about it. I wanted him to speak on it. Good morning, Shahara Molecule. And I want to speak on it. Yeah, that's why I've been over there watching Willie D, Larry Reed, Trey Son, some of the housewives people. And speaking of that, I see Tony done finally unblocked me. She have everybody blocked. Now I think because I spoke to him. Now I think she gets starting to unblock people because everybody coming on here, she see that people go watch them because we're not blocked over there at Dr. Heavily Nim and all those folks like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, she over there doing that. So I've kind of been trying to peek at her. I just like her. I just think she's crazy. I just like her. So something funny like that, and she's not just kind of messy that we call the messy sector or whatever. I saw
Yeah.
watching when I saw her going in on the Kardashians. Like that. So
She
because
just be
all we did
doing
was
harmless little bantering and stuff. It's not malicious and nothing
yeah,
like that. See, over here, I think people sometimes get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? They tend to forget that this ain't real life. And hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all know Coach
good
like
morning,
to be the
Sheila.
co-host.
Good
But
morning, Emotion.
people just need to chill some. Now,
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool. Have your little beats or whatever. I did it too. But now at this stage in the game, being on YouTube this why I ain't trying to do that all the time. If they want to fight, then we can fight, depending on if I'm in the mood for it. If we don't feel like it, I'm gonna ignore it and keep it moving. I don't have
exactly.
to do it. But it
Hello,
just
Axel.
it gets to be consuming if this is all you bringing in every day. It's
Yeah,
consuming.
that's right. Because I even was trying to read about Sister Circle, getting canceled, which I would watch them once in a while because Quiet was on there. So I'm gonna watch that a little bit more and see the reason why. But I never thought this was gonna make it for that many years in the first place because it wasn't that interesting. Did you ever watch Sister Circle?
Yeah, I watched it a couple of times. I watched it when it first came on, when Funky was a part of it, and then I
Uh-huh.
caught a couple of episodes that they did after he was gone. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just like you. I'm surprised it survived long as it did, because I did not care for that. I couldn't, if it's on and then that's all I got to look at, then I'll do it. But
Yeah,
girl, if I could find something else, I ain't watching that.
yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't hold me like that. They just didn't. So
No,
I'm
they
not
didn't stay on
surprised
it.
it ended. I'm just surprised it ended. They stayed so long.
Exactly. So, what you think about Wendy Williams being offended that Nene? Well, she said Nene tried to ambush her. Calling while she's on live, and she said normally people would call you and let you know that I'm on live. You want to speak, and she said she hung up on her because Nene did that, and she said she worked 35 years to get where she is. She don't need nobody over there calling her as if she's up here and she worked 35 years. In other words, she didn't have to be no housewife, to get on here. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that and I said, okay, that's typical Wendy. Typical Wendy, honey. It
So
didn't surprise me that she did it, but that ought to let Nene know exactly where they stand now.
yeah, because the mainstream don't care for them because some of them that has been like Wendy on their career for years like that. they are offended that the housewife just came along and then instant success to where they had to start from the bottom and really work at it. So I'm assuming that's what Wendy's when. So that's the kind of stuff I've been watching. So I have really haven't had time for them. I just ain't been interested like you. Now, if something come on that's very, very interesting, I'm gonna mention it. If somebody come on and come at the old girl again like they did, I'm gonna mention it. But for the most part, like I keep saying, I really don't want to, but I will if I have to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I go around and get a plenty kikis from everybody. Boss lady, you be so funny going in there over there. That girl. So
I
I don't have to
enjoy me some
huh?
boss lady. She be killing me.
Yes, indeed.
She be like, oh,
And
so you
then at
gonna
the end,
put a bitch back in? Oh, that's funny to me.
yeah. Then at the end, she'll say, "Girl, bye." Remember, I was trying to imitate her too. I was trying to, girl.
Yeah. Only boss
Now,
lady can
that's
say
a good
that right
saying, boss
there,
lady.
baby.
You need to put that on your t-shirts. Girl, bye. After she tell you off, she go ahead and say, "Girl, bye."
And
Now,
it's like when you say it, like I've used it in my commentary before, and I shout out about me using a little slang. But when you say it, you can hear it in your head how she said it.
that's
But
right.
can't nobody say it like boss lady, baby. She be like, I love when she told what boy back, wild out back. I said, no, baby,
Yeah,
I give my life over there listening to Miss Boss
because
Lady.
you remember we was trying to pick who we wanted to imitate. I said I
Mm-hmm.
want to imitate Boss Lady. I said I got with girl bye, and we practiced a little bit before we came on. But she's such a good sport. She knows all the fun, and it was. I don't have the video. She got the video. All those videos got put down. Oh, I privatized it. That's what happened. Yeah, I had to put some stuff down. Yeah, I might have it. Yeah, but that was funny, and that's fun. I like doing fun stuff like that, and I like doing it with people that's not gonna get offended. That's because it's like somebody was doing a skit, and I found out about it through Duchess, but they were going below the belt, so that wasn't fun you
Yeah.
know. But anyway, I've been on here almost an hour, Lady Nika, 56 minutes. Anybody want to come on here this last couple minutes and say something to old girl? Now I'm gonna be getting out of here in a minute. I didn't know I was gonna be on here an hour. I really didn't. You did a good job, bless.
God bless
I
you.
did, thank you. I tried.
On here longer today. That's why I came through. I said, oh, she's gonna talk a little longer today. Go on, stay with the people a minute. At least an hour. See, we got 3 more minutes, and then you have done an hour. And I came on to hold you here for that 1 hour.
I
You can
know.
do it. You can
I
do
usually
it.
come on and do my 30 minutes. But if there's something for me to talk a little longer, I will. And I kind of wanted to mention what I thought about how strict people is. Dang, I have to. Yeah, Laurie. Yeah, I've been on here that long. I appreciate y'all coming. And remember, I said at the end of the month, this is not going to let up like they was talking about. It's going to be towards the end of the month. I don't think that now, but anyway, y'all, if I leave out of here, I'll just throw my mask, my gloves, and all this kind of stuff. And now I don't want to bring up the Rona. We was having fun, but I'm going to mention about the pregnant lady in China got turned away. You know, all the black people getting turned away. And at this point, if I was there, I wouldn't want to swab me anyway because I'm thinking they got the Rona on there to tell the truth about it on the swab. So anyway, y'all, that's how it's been going. So I enjoy y'all coming on here. Let me find my music so I can dance my way on up out of here. Thanks for coming, y'all. Have a good day, y'all. Hit the likes, drop them diamonds. Thanks for coming, y'all. Yes, indeed. I think I'm glad you're feeling better too, girl. But I did enjoy you yesterday. I hung there the whole 2. We went longer than an hour, didn't we? Yesterday.
Yeah, they got me. They got me yesterday. Made me stick around longer, honey. I
I'm
said,
glad you did. I'm glad I was able to stay because, like I said, they're watching some movie I wasn't interested in. I said, oh no, this is boo. This is a moderator. I'll be constantly explaining to people that might be on YouTube. Love you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna eat my leftover salmon because my sister baked me a whole salmon. Like I said, my husband got his smothered lamb chops or whatever they did. I couldn't eat all that food yesterday. But anyway, see you later, y'all. To love, to love.